Shalom. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Chakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well, and as always, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And this article right here pretty much exposes how depraved this devil truly is. All right, and this is from summit.news. It says, USA Today, which is another major news outlet, hastily deletes tweets about science proving pedophilia is determined in the womb. And of all places, they would post that on the internet. When you know, whatever content that you post on these, media platforms, it doesn't matter if you delete it, it'll never be erased because the internet is forever. All right. So, they pretty much expose themselves with this. All right. And for years, this devil has been trying to rationalize why it's no harm to conducting sexual relations with a minor or somebody that's prepubescent. All right, somebody that's not fully developed, someone that has not reached sexual maturity or sexual reproductive stages. Esau always tried to come up with some type of justification, to incite the idea that there's no harm in adults having sexual relations with underaged or underdeveloped children. And that shows how sick this devil is. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with that guy, Alfred Kinsey. Brothers, mentioned him in previous lessons, in years ago in certain lessons that they've done. But if you, research on this guy, he was the main dude who sparked that idea of, sexuality in minors. All right. And I think they coined him the pioneer of sex research. He's the one that funded, sexual revolution. All right. He's just basically overall sexual deviancy and using science to justify it. All right. This devil, his science is his own belly, man, his own lust. All right. And this is who's in power. All right. When, like it says in Psalms 12:8, the wicked walk on every side when the vilest man is exalted. All right. So, it's prevalent all throughout Hollywood. They put, bits and pieces of it in your entertainment. They put it subtly in your cartoons that your children have to watch, trying to, mind control your children and get them conditioned to that type of behavior. It's all wickedness, man. And that's why the Lord, he's gonna answer to, the Lord's gonna address all this, man, in a day of judgment. We got to get the hell up out of here. But anyway, it says right here, it says USA Today hastily deleted a series of tweets which critics said were tantamount to the normalization of pedophilia after the newspaper cited science to assert that pedophilia was determined in the womb. All right, you don't know anything when you're in the womb. Okay? And the scriptures tell you that, let me go to it real quick. And this challenges Esau's, total argument. Let's go to James 1 and 12. James 1 verse 12, it says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed." And this is dealing with men. This isn't dealing with little children. All right. That behavior comes from, your own lust. All right. Which is basically it's a demon that's on you. All right. And you're being pulled away into it, being consumed in your lust. It says, then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. So you so burn in your lust that, you make basically the act becomes brought forth because you put your hands to it. You basically did the act, and now that you did the act, you committed a sin which is worthy of death. All right. And that comes from your own lust. Vile passion, man. So anyway, they're trying to use their science, which is basically false. All right. Falsely so called. There's no way to justify that kind of behavior, but only the devil, because that's who he is in his nature. The scriptures tell you about E. Let's go to Hebrews 12 and 16. This is dealing with this man's character. This is their forefather, right? Hebrews 12 and 16, it says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who from one morsel of meat sold his birthright. All right, so he was all about his flesh, pleasing his flesh, that he didn't even care for the birthright. It says, for you know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Now let's go real quick to the other translations. And let's read the NLT. It says, make sure that no one is immoral or godless like Esau, who traded his birthright as the firstborn son for a single meal. NIV translation, see that no one is sexually immoral or is godless like Esau, who for a single meal, sold his inheritance rights as the oldest son. All right. So Esau, he's sexually immoral, and he's definitely godless, man. The Most High is not dealing with him. Okay, he's very ungodly. So, of course, this man would justify such ungodly behavior, conduct. So it says, well, this is awkward. The tweet that caused most of the backlash asserted in recent decades, the science on pedophilia has improved. One of the most significant findings is that pedophilia is likely determined in the womb, though environmental factors may influence whether someone acts on an urge to abuse. I mean, there's some truth to it. When you're young and you're getting molested, it's like, and you're in a stage of, mental development, man. So you're still innocent. And before you know it, that type of behavior can open you up to that unclean practice. And it can ruin your mindset, your mentality, man. So yeah, certain pedos, they've been molested. That's true. But this is not something that you're born with. All right. And this is the tweets, people happen to capture it. All right. They tried to, before they tried to delete it, people went on and they made sure to screenshot these, man. All right. Yeah, you devils ain't gonna escape, man. All right, all your wickedness is gonna get exposed. It says, and this is what the tweet said. It said, in decades, the science on pedophilia has improved. One of the most significant findings is that pedophilia is likely determined in the womb, though environmental factors may influence whether someone acts on an urge to abuse. And then it says, within hours, however, the entire tweet thread had been removed and a new tweet posted, which said a previous thread did not include all information the story is written about is behind a paywall. We made the decision to delete the thread. Well, hey, it's still there because People captured it, and now I'm reading about it. It's on articles. All right, it says thankfully the internet is forever, and people had already saved screenshots of the original thread. And you go into it, man, it's pretty sick, man. All right, it says the original thread and article discuss how there was a misunderstanding about what a pedophile is, and that not all pedophiles abuse kids. Huh? What? You see how these devils try to justify it, man? The thread sympathize with pedos in relieving them of responsibility of their actions. Pedophiles may not have control over the fact that they are attracted to kids, said the original tweet, which called for more treatment and therapy. They're really trying to sympathize with these demons, man. Woe to you that call. Let me go to that. Only the devil, man. Isaiah 5 verse 20, it says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. All right, that's off. Okay, there's no way you can spin or justify this. But we in a world where everything is about being politically correct, man. You don't want to offend no one, no matter what life choices they make, the lifestyle that they live, their belief system. It's not about morality anymore. It's about being politically correct. This is a wicked way out society, man. It says the evidence suggests it's inborn neurological, according to sex researcher and expert on pedophilia, James Canton. So I guess he's one of the disciples of Alfred Kinsey then. All right. Preaching the same poison. Come on, man. It says this conveniently counters other evidence that suggests pedophilia and other aberrant sexual lifestyles are actually caused by child abuse. The normalization of pedophilia has long been a goal of the entertainment and media establishment, as clearly indicated by the massive rush to defend the 2020 movie Cuties, which was basically soft porn for nonsense. Yeah, I remember that, man. And it wasn't as big of an uproar, with that particular movie on Netflix as the uproar for Dave Chappelle. When he did what's special that was, when he basically was talking about the Transformers. They had protests out there, man. That made no sense. But only under this society, man, where things are, turned upside down. They call evil good and good evil. That's why we got to get the hell up out of here, man. All right. Hey, the scriptures say that, wickedness, iniquity shall be increased. All right. Hey, the Lord had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt. Okay. It's totally perverse. A confusing spirit, man. It says if they can socially re-engineer people to embrace normal relativism to such a degree that child molestation becomes acceptable, they can then legitimize literally anything. And we've been saying for years that there's an invisible or a camouflage P at the end of that LGBTQ, man. And y'all already know what that P stands for. They've been trying to, wiggle their way around it for so long. All right. I mean, these world leaders and super rich, they all indulge in it. Your Catholic priests and cardinals, your Pope, all your movie directors, all your entertainers. This is how they get down. One of them actually just dropped dead. You know, he took the boozy and was out of there. But a lot of information came out on that guy. You know, you had those roast where they have these different celebrities and comedians. They come on and start roasting a particular actor or comedian, and it was nothing but pedophilia jokes coming out. So obviously, it's how they get down in Hollywood. But it's not just in Hollywood. It happens behind the curtains, dealing with your elected officials, all the people that makes your laws, your legislations, that rule in the court system, your president. So ultimately, these type of things are done so that the Lord can expose to the world this devil's vileness, his depravity. Let's go to Nahum 3 and verse 5. Nahum 3 verse 5, it says, "Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame." Constantly getting exposed. All right, making you naked. All right, it says, "And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock." You devils are a disgrace, man. Especially the West. All right, because you're the main pusher of rebellion and wickedness in the planet. You're the enforcer, you're the overseer of it. This is all part of that wine that this devil transgresses by, man, to justify all manner of evil. This is the NLT translation that says, "I will cover you with filth and show the world how vile you really are." You're vile, man. All right? And you're going to be exposed. All right? Hey, good thing they, because this is the information age, the age of the internet. Anything you put on there, whether you delete it or not, people still going to have access to it. People going to screenshot it. They're going to record it. And it's going to be right there on the web. And that's why Jay was it one of the Rockefellers, I think it was Jay Rockefeller, that said it. The internet should have never been invented. Well, yeah, because through the internet, this is a major outlet to expose all your heinous crimes. So, after you get exposed, the Lord's going to just come down and press that wine press. Let me get Joel 3 and 13. And it says, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great." Because the wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And their hurtful works are fulfilled. So anyway, I just want to do a response to this article right here. And, show, it's just more, hey, man, I don't know how much more that needs to get out to show that these are not normal people, man. These are literally the sons of the wicked, man. They're the border of wickedness, like the prophecies say they are. You can't tell me different. All right. So anyway, let me give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. To the next lesson. Shalom.